Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Desk. I'm Chad, Amy's over there, and today we are going to look at 3 properties in 3 different locations in Colombia and then just discuss them.
Yeah.
Bossa,
Hola, mi amor.
how are you?
Muy bien.
It is Monday.
Yes.
It is our busiest day of the week,
Yes.
and we still dedicate time to sit down and talk to the peeps and discuss our future and what we're going to be doing.
I cannot wait.
Yes. So, quick little mini recap. I was out of town. I was up with the boys, putting the dock in, back, got a little sun.
You sure
Hair is
did.
too long. All kinds of stuff I got to do this week.
Mine's getting cut tomorrow. I feel you on the too long piece.
Yeah. And
Your allergies are in full swing.
yeah. So if I sneeze during this, apologies. I'll try and
It's
kill the mic.
Loud.
Yeah. I'll do my best. Do my absolute best. So we're gonna take a look at 3 different properties.
Yeah.
We've got one in Sabaneta, one in Envigado, and then one in Medellin proper.
Yeah.
And then just kind of chat a little bit about pricing, feels of them, and then maybe kind of pick one of the 3 that we like. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I like it.
Not as your final pick.
So this is
these 3.
and this is through Airbnb. Next week we'll get into a rental agency and everything that they require, and prices are definitely probably going to be a little different, but then you're paying fees and all the things, but it's really like they want a lot of things like Colombian ID and so forth and so on. But we will talk about that for people that are wanting to do it a little differently than Airbnb.
Awesome. Okay, so should I just go ahead and get going?
Go for it.
Okay, cool. Give me just a second while I pull this up.
Yeah.
So screen share.
Sadie's shedding. Like there's hair everywhere. So that's what's going on with her. She's passed out on the couch because she got to go outside and run today. And then I have to head to Detroit right after this and
What
do
do you
a
got going
training.
on in Detroit?
Yeah. I have 2 new facilitators for our Kids Voices Matter program. So, super excited about that. So I got to leave here shortly. This week's a busy one for me.
In her mind, Amy's saying, Adelaide, hurry up. All right, so here's our full screen. So let's start with, we'll just go left to right. Let's start with the Medellin property. So stunning pictures, right?
Yeah.
It is definitely one of those properties that seems like it was built new, because you have the concepts and the ideas of the entire wall of glass opening up to be also your balcony. So now your interior extends into your exterior area. Great staging, lighting's all recessed, so it looks, and this one actually looks like a corner because you've got windows here and windows here.
Oh,
so a corner is always
beauty.
Yeah, that's huge. You're going to get a lot of natural light. Pricing in this entire rental. Pricing on this one is about $1,500 a month when you do
through Airbnb.
Airbnb when you do monthly. Again, this is in the city of Medellin. So let's go down to the map really quickly and take a peek at what we got down here, just to back out and show where exactly it is.
And how close is it to Envigado? Because that's really important to me.
So this one is interestingly on the map, pulling as just below El Poblado. So I would say between Envigado, El Poblado, it is 3 to 4/5 north. So not in between them, but on the higher side.
Great.
Which is great. Yes, outside of Envigado, but not quite into like the heart of its busyness of Medellin proper.
And a little up in the hills, it looks like there was a beautiful view.
Yes. But still in a downtown area.
Great.
It's still pretty produced, but it does have a huge park behind it. Jumping into the amenities, as I like to do, I jump to the very bottom and I take a look at what's not included. And not including this one, we're going to have air conditioning, dryer, heating. So this is one of those areas where the temperature is balanced. And so those aren't necessities.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can't bring in something, like a space heater or what have you to use, but it may not be necessary.
I don't think you need heat there, honestly.
Yeah.
Air conditioning.
Yeah, that depends on, we're Michigan people. And so our um, tolerance for heat and especially humidity is not
Yeah.
as high as those that may have grown up in that climate. So let's take a peek at a couple of photos for the peeps. So we've got living room, full kitchen, bedroom one, bedroom two,
See how much light is in there? It's just beautiful.
bathroom one, bathroom two. So we've got two bedrooms,
Mm.
two baths, laundry area. And then let's take a look at this exterior, which is just stunning. So that is a table with 4 chairs around it. And some of these pictures begin to look misleading. So you want to do things like count off the tiles
Right.
to find out how much space is actually being occupied. So from the chairs, you got a total of 3 tiles. That's what the entire occupancy of those 3 chairs are. So if you think about how big those are, as you go left, you got an additional 3. As you go right, you've got an additional 3. So you've got a lot of walking space around it.
Nice.
Some of these pictures can look skewed, but these ones actually look
Yeah,
like
I
there's
like how you
lots of room.
present that because a lot of people, pictures can be stretched or whatever. And,
Yeah.
and so I'm glad you're
Yeah. So
explaining
if you just
that.
look at a landmark and find out how much real estate it's actually taken up, in this case, 3 tiles worth, we've got 3 more to the right, 3 more to the left. Looks like it's actually a really large space.
Good.
And then your view, lots of greenery. That was one of our
Yeah.
mandatories, right? A place for Sadie.
Mm-hmm.
That was within close proximity.
Mm-hmm. Place to take her out to walk and run. Does it have a gym?
Let's see. In order, hot tub,
Has a hot tub.
exterior,
It's really
laundry
beautiful.
area. If it does, I don't see the pictures of it. Doesn't mean anything because I'm looking. This is a blind look for me. This is my first time seeing these properties. Blind reaction from Chad. So as I go through these, I don't see like specifically gym, but it doesn't mean it's not in here.
Look at your amenities. and see what
Yes,
was in
good call.
there.
Okay, so we'll jump over to the amenities area. Show all of them.
I sprung this one on him today.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, you're kind of seeing my take on these,
Mm-hmm.
although you don't see my face because we're showing the full screen. Refrigerator, microwave, cooking basics, gas stove, which I love for cooking.
Right.
Does have a coffee maker, although we are
French press
French
people.
press people. Patio balcony.
I love the fact that it has a balcony and I love the view.
So yes, shared hot tub available all year long. Elevator, kind of a big deal
Yeah,
when
we
you're
like
not on the ground
elevators.
floor. Single level home, no stairs within.
That's nice. So it's flat, like a
It's not on our mandatory list, but that is on our retirement dream list.
no stairs.
Laundry on the same
Yeah.
level, all that stuff, and then shared gym within the building.
Nice.
All right, should we jump over to the next one?
Yeah. Did it have a desk and a co-working space or no?
There is within the full kitchen. There is your counter like island place, and then as we keep going through this, inside of this bedroom, which is bedroom 1, there's a desk and a chair.
Beautiful.
Inside of bedroom 2, there is a ledge.
Mhm.
Whether it's large enough to have a computer, that's tough. It could just be like a mantle, but
Yeah.
it could
And then
also
we can
be
also sit
people.
outside. Yeah.
And
And
then
work
there's
if we
also
wanted
outside.
to.
Yep.
So several places to be able to work within.
Yeah. So
Excellent.
our Medellin property,
Yep.
1,500 per month, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, all the stuff that we want.
Great.
Jump into the next one. This is going to be Envigado. This is calling itself as 15 minutes from Poblado, which is fine.
It's great.
2 bedroom, 1.5 baths, accommodates what we need.
It is a 1.5 bath, but as long as we have maybe not a second bathroom to have to shower in, but that second bathroom
Right.
is really great.
All right, so let's jump to the amenities. We are looking at. We don't really need the shampoo and conditioner included. Not a big deal. We bring our own stuff. So this one has free washer in building, so it is not in unit. It is essentially shared within the building, but it's no cost to use.
That could potentially be a problem for people.
I think that's one of those on the fence things for us. Like we are accustomed to having access to our own stuff, tossing in a load really quickly if we need to. This becomes a Big Bang Theory where you meet people in the laundry room and talk and you're waiting for your stuff and timing it and other people taking your stuff up because you forgot about it. Like there's more variables when you're sharing that. Also, you don't know what other people have done, like what's getting cleaned.
Yeah. You and I've done our fair share of sharing washers and dryers.
We've done it all. Ethernet, internet, which is good. Fans, Wi-Fi, dedicated workspace, kitchen with all the fixins.
It's a pretty apartment.
Yep, dishwasher, freezer, coffee maker. Let's go through this. parking, which we're not going to have a vehicle, but there is parking available. What it doesn't have is your dryer, air conditioner, and heating. Pretty standard
Pretty
right now.
standard.
And then it did not highlight gym on that one. So let's go through the photos and see what we can see. So living room. I love that there's a guitar on the wall. That's really cool looking.
Is that not a beautiful space?
High ceilings, which we're used to. We have high ceilings here. Kind of narrow, a little bit narrow, but still very cool looking. And looking through this window, you see some traditional buildings. So it seems like it's in the heart of. It's where the locals are. Not one of those things where it's just a hotel in the middle of suburbia.
Does it look like it's a new build, or does it look like it's been remodeled?
Beautiful art. Maybe remodeled.
Yeah, right. That's what I thought too.
It might be remodeled. The ceilings have character to them. But it looks like it was remodeled on the inside. You got a sliding door. So it was designed to feel more modern, but it might be off of a traditional infrastructure. Not a ton of counter space for prepping and whatnot. Workable, but about.
If you're one person going down,
it's about what we had at our last place.
Yeah, that wasn't a lot. But we did have the bar area, which provided additional space. And this was also kind of skinny.
Yeah. This one has a wider bar area.
Awesome.
Specifically
so you could definitely use that as a prep station if you needed to.
Yeah, you could. It's beautiful. So definitely use a cutting board. Moving into the bedroom. Bedroom number 1, double bed with a what's the word? Closet. That's the word I'm looking for.
Is that an ADHD moment?
Actually, a lot of storage in there.
Yeah, there is a ton of storage in that specific space.
And then bedroom number 2, modern. I like bedroom number 2 actually. I like it a little bit better. You got storage in here as well.
Workspace.
If there is, I haven't seen it yet. Bathroom number 1, updated, floating-ish island with lights underneath. Very classy, modern look. And then in the dedicated workspace office area, you got a desk, you got a chair, some decor, and a window, which is nice.
Yeah. So 2 bedrooms there.
In there.
How many baths?
1.5.
1.5 again.
And then the laundry area that is shared for everybody is a laundry area. It's just one washer, one dryer, kind of in a community accessible area. It's not like a dedicated laundry room. And then wash tubs. There's more wash tubs than washers and dryers where you could manually wash and scrub. And then the exterior.
I will not be doing that.
And then in the exterior, it doesn't look like it's a lot of levels, which is nice. So even if you are on just the second or third level, not a lot of stairs that you have to deal with.
Okay, so there's no elevator. Or there is no elevator.
I'm not seeing an elevator. It didn't call it out.
Yep. And so where we stayed back in February, there was an elevator, but there wasn't like security or anything like that. However, there was like a front gate door was very protected.
Yeah, and then the garage protected.
Yeah, inside garage. Those were the tiniest parking spaces I've ever seen.
Yeah, I've been to Spain and saw some really tiny ones, and these were smaller than those.
Right.
Yeah. You are just directly into an alleyway, it looks like. So not on a main street, which is actually kind of nice.
Very quiet, it looked like.
Yep. So, great place. Awesome. Let's jump to the next one. Yeah. Pricing. I want to call it pricing for this one. So this one is $1,043. So the least expensive of all 3. And then let's jump over to the Sabaneta. That's the city we stayed in last time.
I love Sabaneta.
So one of the things I've noticed in Sabaneta is that it seems to be original buildings that have been revamped. So some of them have been remodeled. Some of them are not remodeled. They're just standard. But it seems like it's not a ton of new builds in the Sabaneta area. It's more in the Envigado area where you see the brand new fresh builds.
Actually, up in the hills, little as you go further up into the hills, you'll see Sabaneta. Sabaneta is grown faster. I think other than Medellin, it's the fastest growing since before the pandemic.
Getting up in the hills would be nice.
I know.
Drop the temperature a little bit.
I wasn't really finding a whole lot with Airbnb.
So yes, I've noticed that as well. So here's the other thing. This one has 58 reviews, where the other one has 2 and 18. So this is the one that has gotten the most feedback as well. And for a 4.84 out of 58 is
Really
pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Superhost 3 years hosting. All right, so let's jump to the amenities. So this one's got 2 bedrooms, living room that has a sofa bed, and then also 2 baths.
2 baths is really great. How much is it?
1409.
Okay.
Mountain view, city skyline view. So you've got an outdoor shower, hot water. It's always interesting when they have to specify hot water and not hot water.
We just have that here in the States,
But
so
that's the thing that you have to be aware
you
of.
gotta watch. You gotta make sure you're looking at
Especially
all
if you
of
see a place that's like super
Yeah.
inexpensive, there may be an amenity hitting that we might be accustomed to that
Right.
we take for granted. Washer is here.
That's nice.
You've got an iron for getting your clothes crispy. Exercise equipment. And then we've also got Wi-Fi dedicated workspace.
Yeah.
Refrigerator, microwave, all the basics, stove, a rice maker. That feels more authentic to have a rice maker.
Yeah.
Like it becomes part of the regular diet, right? We do have a balcony, and I'll show you the pictures in just a minute. Outdoor furniture is included with that. There's a shared pool, big deal for me. Parking, again, we don't have a vehicle, but if somebody were looking for a place with vehicles. And then this has an elevator. It calls out the specific dimensions of the elevator, which tells me it's probably a smaller elevator.
Right.
And there is a gym in the building.
So that one in Sabaneta seems to be more of what we're looking for.
The things that are not included: dryer, air conditioning, heating. Pretty standard.
So how far up with the one in Sabaneta? Where is that located as far as being close?
Great question. So let's pull up the map. I'm going to zoom out just a couple. In comparison to Las Vegas, it's actually kind of far. So we were right on Las Vegas, which puts us technically between Las Vegas and 43A, which are the two main ones that go all the way in. This one is on the other side of 43A, about double the distance back. So this is definitely more into the mountainous area, outside of the downtown area. So if I were to count this off from the park, 1, 2, 3 blocks up, and then equivalent of 4 miles over, and then still another loop. So it is a hike to get into where we were staying previously.
Right.
But if you were to compare how far we walked before to the park, it's only twice that to get to where we're going. So it would take us, maybe 8-10 minutes to walk to the park, if that. So to go to the park where we are now, 20 minutes. 20-minute walk. Not bad.
But if we're not walking, if we're grabbing an Uber.
I don't think this is walking. I suspect there's probably pretty hilly areas here.
For sure. But it is up in the hills. It is cooler, right? So, quiet, more quiet. And it's really hard for me I love to get out and walk. I love Parque Sabaneta. Like that is just such a little dreamy place to go. All the little restaurants around. The people are so kind and courteous. I loved it. I loved Envigado, but it had just this small little section of restaurants. It wasn't like getting out and walking around Envigado was a very different feel. Their park was very different feel compared to Sabaneta. So Sabaneta's, it's so lively. I loved it.
So I'm looking at the picture. The pool looks like it's up on the rooftop, which is kind of cool.
That's so cool.
And there's a little soccer net area for practicing and playing at the very top.
Is there a place like greenery? Did you see greenery around for Sadie if we were to go down?
Yes, there is a ton of greenery. Yep. So let's just run through these pictures really quickly, and then we'll put our faces back on. We'll chat a little bit, and then we'll call it. Yeah. So the aerial view looks really cool, and I'm glad that they show this one. Looks like there's a place where you can literally just go up there, chill, hang out, jump in the pool, relax, a little community area.
And there's 58 reviews for this one as well.
When it comes to the spaciousness, which is not the most important thing for us, but I'm not a tiny living. Small living I can tolerate. Standard living is my preferred. I don't need big, but tiny is tough for me. Yeah. This seems like it is a little compact, but at the same time, if you're out and about, or if you're working, or you're at different areas, it might be perfectly sufficient. Looking at this picture of the outside balcony area, it's probably very similar to where we were before.
It's really small.
Not a ton of space,
Yeah.
but enough to go out and just kind of sit
Enjoy.
and have a coffee.
All right.
But it's not going to be a place where you
Yeah.
gather and stay for a while.
It gets warm really quickly in the mornings.
Okay, 71 pictures. I'm just going to fly through these. So actually, this view is pretty cool. So around the area, there's not a lot of high rises, and so you're looking over some of the 1 and 2 stories. So you're getting a really nice view.
That's something we wanted.
Yep.
We didn't want to have to be looking at another apartment building as our view.
So this bedroom does have a closet. That's the first bedroom. Master with a private bath.
Is it queen bed?
Queen?
Queen or double? Doesn't
Doesn't
say.
I can't
One
tell.
of them said queen. Two queen beds for both of the bedrooms. I don't remember.
This looks most like it, but I'm not
Okay.
entirely sure.
Which was unheard of.
I'll go back to the amenities and see.
They're
Pool
usually
area,
double beds.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me kind of like a resort, just rooftop.
That's what we wanted. We wanted resort feel, sort of.
Looks like a sauna and a steam bath.
Yep. Which is what I wanted.
Mm-hmm. Kitchen has plenty of prep area.
Mm-hmm.
Not a ton, but plenty. We'll wrap around. This is definitely older.
Yeah.
So we're not getting into like luxury hotel. This is one with the people more. But I think potentially a really great option for our first place. A little gym. We got a couple of bicycles, some bouncy balls. What are those called? Stretchy balls? They're those rubber things that you can like stretch and move around on and sit on.
But I'd like to have my own mats and different things like that I could take down. It would be really nice. Did they have a treadmill in there or just a bike?
Bikes.
Yeah.
Looks like either a co-working space or the lobby area.
I really liked that. If you just needed to get away for an hour and get something done, really get hyper focused on something, I think it would be a great space to go to.
They have a picture on the wall for Cancun.
It's funny.
Okay, lots of details. I'm gonna get out of these pictures.
You like that one though, don't you?
I like that it has a pool. I'm a water person. I love that. Washer dryer, like they got a close up of the coffee maker.
Are you going really, really fast where people are?
I was getting past the stuff that I was at before. So here's your view from outside.
Stunning.
Looks like it's going into the side of the mountain, but this is definitely up a bit. I mean, I'm looking at a 10-story and we're way above it. So temperatures are going to be really nice there. Metro. Yeah, just city stuff here. So
what does it say how far it was from the metro? Did it say?
I don't know. I didn't read
That's okay.
I didn't read descriptions.
We can look at it later. But I thought
sorry, you're asking questions I wasn't prepared for.
That's okay.
I didn't
it's all good. I just think that something like that would be better suited for us, where somebody else might want to live closer to the park or closer to El Poblado or, the main part of Envigado. Like, I think it just really depends on what people are looking for their own interests, and they may not be going for 3 months like we are.
Okay, so it says a few steps. You have public transportation to 3 stations of Medellin Metro. So Estrella, Sabaneta, Antigua. Sorry,
Antioquia.
Jeez. And 2 routes from buses to the city of Envigado, Poblado, Medellin. 22nd floor.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Swimming pool, sauna, Turkish, synthetic grass court.
Okay.
Gym, children's game area. 180 view of the valley.
Perfect. And I did watch another video this morning where there is a nature preserve in Sabaneta as well, further up in the mountains, but stunning.
Well, we're back.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to touch on those? I mean, I have actually all those are really great properties, and I have favorite things about each of them.
Right.
They were all very unique. The last one we looked at, which was Sabaneta, love the pool, love that it's high up, love that it is into the mountains, so temperatures are going to be really nice. The Envigado one, it was 1.5 baths, not two fulls, but it was definitely a little bit more modern,
Right. It was
which
pretty.
was nice. And then you had the Medellin, which was just north of Envigado. Well, not just north; it was actually significantly north. 2 bedrooms, two full baths, but very open corner area, tons of natural light, very modern. So Sabaneta, which I would have hoped would have been the most affordable one, was not. It is only about $100 difference between the super modern corner
Mm-hmm.
and then the one with the pool on the rooftop.
Yeah.
And then you have your Envigado one, which was super financially smart, which makes me wonder why it's $500 less than Medellin and $400 less than Sabaneta. So maybe a little deeper dive into this. I'm not sure, but
Well, Sabaneta has the pool. It has all the things. So you have all the amenities that go along with it. So that's why it's probably going to be a little bit more expensive. Plus, it's up in the hills, which
yeah,
is beautiful. And so the one in Envigado doesn't have all of that. And then in Medellin, I mean, listen, that's where all the action is in Medellin. So that's where all your restaurants are. Not that Sabaneta and Envigado don't have restaurants. I mean, Viva Envigado, the mall is spectacular, spectacular. And then I know El Poblado has a really great mall as well. So, and then you've got IKEA going in, I think this year in Envigado as well. So there's a lot happening. And again, this is Airbnb. Next week again, we'll talk, about an agency and what they need and probably better pricing. I don't know. We'll have to look at that and see.
well, I love doing these,
Yeah.
and I hope that the people like it too. But as we've mentioned in multiple um, previous ones, and it's not mandatory you go back and watch them all, but we took this journey for us. We
Mm-hmm.
said nobody ever documents the beginning part of the journey.
Yeah.
They get there and then they start documenting. We wanted to show the process. And there's some weeks where we do a lot, and there's some weeks where we don't have to do anything,
Mm-hmm.
but we're committed to sitting down and recording every week. So sometimes we'll have these things where we go, a couple similar ones, and then we learn something, and then we want to jump into that topic. So I'm glad that we're going down this, but we definitely have a lot of work to do.
We have a lot to do.
And you got a word of the day behind you. So
I do
let's
have a
do your word of the day, and then we'll take us out. Yeah.
Computadora, which is computer. And I tell you, I'm so glad that I learned this particular word because when we were going through security going into Bogota, she said, do you have a computer? And I understood what she was saying. Obviously, you can look at, here computadora and say, oh, maybe that's a computer. You don't really know. It could be a tablet. Who knows? So just kind of knowing how to pick out words here or there so that you can have a better understanding of what they're asking for. So I was literally able to say, see, I did, I do. And so I pulled it out for her. For some people that may not be a whole lot, but for me, I thought it was pretty cool because it makes a big difference in your confidence in communication with another human being to kind of know what they're talking about. And I know that, I don't know, for some people it may, when we're just speaking in English, not a big deal, but in another country, I think it's very respectful, to their culture.
Me too. I agree. That's all I got. You want to take us out?
Yeah. This was great. Next week, again, we're going to look more at an agency, a rental agency, and seeing what they require. It is quite the list from my understanding. I also suggest that you look at the Medellin Buzz with Andrew Messina. He has really great videos, and AK Joel as well. They have great information out there, a lot more than we do, and they are really helping people move to Medellin, where that's not what we're doing. So check them out. So until next time, keep expanding your horizons and living beyond the desk. Have an extraordinary week.